that there are not enough smartphones in Nigeria to allow people be able to use the internet effectively like other countries have done. When the minister is saying that this tax will be used for infrastructure, suppose included in that infrastructure, even though we haven't got the details, we're just surmising, suppose in that basket is creating hotspots so that people can have better access to the internet. What would your reaction be?
Yes. You see, the minister is saying to do all these things, they need an additional tax. Sorry, no. All these things are things that other countries are creating. For instance, we have an ECOWAS common external tariff. ECOWAS common external tariff is saying that you must deliberately put in a policy that must encourage the acquisition of handsets by your citizens. Also, it must also ensure that calls are cheaper. Now, these are, situations that we have a signature on. Why then are we now, because we're in a recession, because we are not doing what should be done, because we are lazy at the tax collection, we now want the easy way out to now further, bring the citizens in penury by, introducing another set of taxes. It's not done. It shouldn't go. Other countries are looking at the ECOWAS common external tariff to bring down cost of telecommunication services. Mm-hmm. Now we are, jacking it up. Apart from that, there are other terrible taxes that, goes around. It's annoying. And the polity will react. It's not right. We will go to court, after engaging them and all the stakeholders, on the government side, that is the National Assembly, upper and lower chamber, the NCC and the minister, we have no other choice but to again run to the court to say, look, stop this, don't impoverish Nigerians any further.
Okay, Mr. Okunbanjo, let me just read out a few figures to you, and this is coming from the Information Technology and Innovation Foundation. Yes, right. Nigeria is not the first country to talk about this. I mentioned earlier Bangladesh, and Bangladesh has added 57.8% to the cost of ICT goods and services over the country's universal 15% value-added tax. So if Nigeria is talking about 9% and government is looking at generating revenue, don't you think if we want the economy to move forward, there's something that we need to do?
Already, there are other is Bangladesh paying 500 naira per meter right of way? Is Bangladesh paying fumigation services on their base station? Is Bangladesh the Nezra, the equivalent of Nezra? Are they extorting money from telecom operators? All those are not there. Bangladesh have, put all these taxes together. They are not overtaxing, but in this case, there are so many other taxes that are being paid. You now want to put another 9%. No.
Okay. Mr. Dagunro, you were saying something about hotspots not being a big deal.
Yes, it's not a big deal.
But hotspots they're a big deal in Nigeria.
You see, the point is this, like what he's trying to say, when you compare yourself, we should stop comparing ourselves with countries like Bangladesh and Congo and all that. I mean, that means one will be kind of insulting Nigeria. Nigeria is bigger than all those things. We have resources more than all those people. So we should be comparing ourselves with advanced countries. We should be advancing and not just comparing ourselves with Bangladesh. if you want to license, given these licenses, this is where government makes money. If you want to license the people who are coming in. I remember very well that when the German government wanted to give license, I think it was 3G then or 3G then, they made some money, and Vodacom came to say they were going to buy. When they realized that it was too cheap, they refunded the money. And then Vodacom couldn't do it again. They have to form a consortium to be able to buy the license. So there are many ways you can make license in this technology industry, but not to put it on so much on consumers. Like I said, you realize that the European Union, they want to even scrap, the payment of roaming bills. So when you roam within Europe, you don't pay a dime. So we should be making life easier for people. Now, when you are flying, even you can even listen to, you can make your phone calls, you can do everything. They want to reduce the cost. So we should not be thinking of how to increase cost, knowing fully well that our level of our salary level is not enough, like what you're trying to say. But let me say a little on the hotspot. Hotspot is not a big deal. If you make it comfortable for the provider, they can even create hotspots on their own, because people will have access to use their services. So hotspots, I can create a hotspot for the people on my street if the internet is cheap, and I know that I just have to put it and the people can log in. There's a provider who has been supporting what we do in Ogudu community. Every year they just make sure that internet is free for 1 or 2 weeks, free for everybody. So everybody come in around the 24 hours, they make it free. So is these providers, if they have good relationship, if the prices of these things, they can do it. Let the federal government know. It is not a duty of federal government to say, if they want to do it, that will be a social program. That is okay, we are social, we are making it free for you. But that should not be why you should increase the taxes. If you want to increase taxes, please give me other stories, give me other ideas that you want to do with the money. You will create unemployment, like what this gentleman is saying. You will create unemployment, and it's because our consumer association, they are not effective. It is not just the subscriber association, the consumer associations should come up and defend this as well. It is not because we are saying don't increase taxes, don't generate revenue, but we want to say, what do you want to use it for? How have you been using the one in the past? And if you don't use it, well, we don't need it. Show us good policies, good ideas we want to use this money for. So to tell me hotspot, I said that is absolutely not what we need.
Okay. You are an economist, and the value of telecom services cannot be overemphasized.
Yes.
Every Nigerian appreciates the service,
right,
and they appreciate how much easier it has made their life. Shop online,
that's
transfer
right.
money, you don't have to go and queue in the bank and stuff like that. Should we not be looking to how to make this service easier and providing more conveniences for subscribers, rather than increasing taxes?
That's exactly.
And making life, proposing to make life more difficult.
In all these countries, yes, in all these countries you are talking about, they do mobile money. Mobile money. This is what we're just coming up to do right now. And so when the producers or the suppliers are seeing there's more demand for communication services in Nigeria than even the supply, and now we are beginning to look at it, we have more demand, and because the government says that there's more demand, people are buying these expensive handsets and all that. That's why they can say, okay, Nigerians have money if they have money. But we should be thinking of bringing people to assemble these mobile phones in Nigeria, not just to be bringing Huawei, Samsung and all those things. So we can actually do, if you reduce taxes, not just only on because we are looking at telecommunication not only on internet, on the laptops we are using. Laptops are becoming expensive these days because of the rate of exchange. So there are a lot of things we begin to look at. I want us to say that, look, if you want to increase taxes, which the government will have to do, I've said it categorically a couple of places, they have to increase it. Otherwise, the loans alone will not finance most of the projects they have. And that since the loans alone will not finance, they have to be sincere and come out plainly. And let me tell you, there will be more consultation, but then we need to know what we're going to use.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joe Femi-Dagunro, former president, Nigerian-German Business Group. And we also had Mr. Deolu Ogunbanjo of the Subscribers Association of Nigeria, who spoke to us from the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, because he's still stuck in traffic trying to get to us in channels. Thank you very much. We'll be right back with another very interesting conversation. See you in just a moment.